Hello everyone. Welcome to today's video. I am Shreya Bhatt from MIT Academy of Engineering and my guide is Dr. Sheetal Kumar Jain sir. In today's video, we will be learning how to deploy a web page with Jenkins and AWS EC2. So let's get started. In the previous video, we have seen how to install Jenkins and its complete setup, starting from admin account creation to Jenkins dashboard. Today, we'll be looking at how we can deploy a web page using Jenkins and AWS EC2. So, there are three steps in this process. The first is GitHub Personal Access Token. What is a personal access token? A personal access token, PAT, in GitHub is a secure authentication based method used to access and interact with GitHub repositories and APIs without using a password. It acts as a replacement for passwords when performing operations like cloning repositories, pushing code, or integrating with CI CD tools like Jenkins. Second is Jenkins and GitHub integration. Jenkins and GitHub integration allows Jenkins to pull code from a GitHub repository, trigger builds automatically on code changes, and deploy applications seamlessly. This is crucial for CI CD, continuous integration, and continuous deployment workflows. Third is building a CI CD pipeline. A CI CD, continuous integration and continuous deployment pipeline, automates the process of integrating code, running tests, and deploying applications. So, let's get started. Okay, so this is our GitHub login page. We'll log in with our credentials. Now, on the top right hand side corner, click on this icon, scroll, and then click on settings. Here, scroll down and click on developer settings. The first step that we are going to perform is to retrieve the personal access token. Here, you can see the personal access token. Then click on tokens and click on generate new token. Give a specified name for your token. You can also set the expiration date for your token. For now, I'm giving it as 30 days. Scroll down, keep public repositories read only, and click on generate token. So this is your GitHub personal access token. Make sure to copy your personal access token because now as you will not be able to see it again. So you can copy it and you can paste it in a notepad. Go to your GitHub dashboard. Okay. So this is my GitHub repository. Okay. Make sure you already have a project pushed onto your GitHub repo. This is my project. Yeah, as you can see, this is my project which I have pushed. This is a to-do application built with Django. Now log into your AWS console, and as I have shown in the previous video how to set up the Jenkins, please make sure that your Jenkins is properly configured. Now here we will install Docker onto your EC2 instance. So please make sure that you take note of the commands which I am giving in. To install Docker, enter these commands into your EC2 connect. First is sudo apt install -y docker.io. Now your Docker has been completely installed. We'll start the Docker now. Sudo systemctl start Docker. Sudo systemctl enable Docker. This will enable your Docker. The next command which we'll be giving it will be to check the status of our Docker. As you can see, your Docker is running. See, active running. Okay. If you want to run Docker without sudo, add your user to the Docker group. For that, we'll be using the command sudo user mod space dash a g docker dollar user and enter. Now, new group Docker. Then type Docker ps. The docker ps command only shows running containers by default. So as you can see, currently we do not have any running container in our EC2 instance. Now we'll reboot the system. Sudo reboot. Now go to your security group attached to your instance and make sure you have added the following rules in your inbound rules section. Now this is the security group that is attached to my EC2 instance. We'll click on edit inbound rules, and this is a list of rules that should be present in your security group. The first is HTTP port 80, second is custom TCP for Jenkins port 8080, third is SSH port 22, fourth is custom TCP for our to do application which will be running on port 8000, and the last is HTTPS which is port 443. What these rules will do is allow all the incoming traffic on these port numbers. Now go to your Jenkins dashboard. Click on Manage Jenkins. Okay, first we have to sign in here. Click on Manage Jenkins and go to the plugin section. Check whether the Git plugin is available in your Jenkins. Click on Available Plugins and you can type your Git, and you can see I already have the Git server plugin. If it is not there, you can also install it. Now go to your Jenkins dashboard and click on Create a Job. Now you would ask, what is a Jenkins job? A Jenkins job is a set of tasks that are defined and executed by Jenkins to perform a specific job, such as compiling code or running tests. Here we'll give a certain name for a Jenkins job. I'll be giving Jenkins deploy. Then we'll be selecting freestyle project. Now, what is a freestyle project? A freestyle project in Jenkins is a type of build job that allows you to define the steps that are executed in the build process. Freestyle projects are the most basic type of build job in Jenkins, and they are good at starting and they are good as a starting point for building complex pipelines. Scroll down and click on OK. Now your Jenkins job is created. Let's configure it. Scroll down and click on the code management as Git. Here you have to give your repository URL. So go to your GitHub page and copy the repository URL for your project and paste it here. You have to add the credentials. So click on add, click on Jenkins, and here you have to give secret text. So scroll down and in this secret you have to give your personal access token, which we have just retrieved from our GitHub. So copy it and paste it here. Give a ID. Scroll down and give a description. Okay. And click on add. Now here your GitHub credentials have been configured. Now we have to give the branch to build. So please check where you have pushed your code of the application. My code is in the main branch of the GitHub. So you will be giving main branch that is to be built when we click on build code. Scroll down again. Now in the build steps, you have to give execute shell. Select execute shell. So what is execute shell? Using Jenkins built-in execute shell, you can run commands using Unix shell. If you need to run a job across a platform, you cannot use the two standard executors provided by Jenkins. You need a build step that can be executed both in Windows and in Unix. So here we'll give the commands docker space build dot dash t and the name of a job Jenkins dash deploy. Click on enter. What this command will do is it will build a Docker image using the Docker file located in the current directory. The next command which we'll be giving is docker space run dash p 8000 colon 8000 space dash d and again the name of a job. Now, what this second command will do is it will assign a tag Jenkins deploy to the build image for easy reference. Scroll down and click on save. Now go to your EC2 instance connect. Now we have to allow Jenkins to run Docker without root privileges. Check if the Docker group exists. For that, we'll be using the command cat slash. Okay, let's refresh this first. So type in the command cat slash etc slash group grep docker and press on enter. So we already have an existing Docker group. Now what we'll do is we'll add Jenkins to the Docker group. For that we'll use the command sudo space user mod dash a g Docker Jenkins. Hit enter. Now the third step will be we'll restart our Docker and our Jenkins. For that, type in the command sudo systemctl restart Docker sudo systemctl restart Jenkins. Hit enter. Verify that Jenkins can access the Docker. Wait for some time. Okay, so now type in sudo su dash Jenkins. Hit enter. Wait a second. Okay, now this command has run successfully without any errors. So we can say that a Jenkins job should work now. Okay, so the next step what you have to do is go to your instance public IP. Go to instances and copy your public IP. What we have to do is we have to add this public IP in our GitHub repository in a file that is settings.py. This is our settings.py file. We'll open it in the editor mode. Scroll down. And here in the allowed host, you have to add our public IP, which we have just copied. So this is a public IP and click on commit changes. Why we are doing this is because when the project will be deployed, it will use our instance public IP to deploy the project on that public IP address. Once you commit the changes of settings.py file, go to your Jenkins dashboard. As you have restarted Jenkins, you will be needed to log into it. Refresh it. Once again, log into your Jenkins. Sign in. Go to Jenkins jobs. Okay, we are already in the job, I think. Yes. And now we'll be building our Jenkins job. So click on build now. Wait for the job to complete its process. You can also check the output in the console output section. Now the build is started, and what it will do is fetch the Docker image and install all the dependencies required for a project such as Python, Django, etc. You can see the status of our build in the console output. Here we can see it is pulling, then it is verifying our Docker file. See, As you can see, our build is successful, finished, success. Now what we have to do is open a new tab, type in the public IP and give the port colon 8000. As a Django app is running on port 8000 and hit enter. So voila, we have successfully deployed our project. Now we look into how the concept of CI/CD works. Go to your GitHub repository. We'll make a certain change, and we'll see if that change is reflected onto our deployment. So here we are inside our repository. Scroll down and go to to dos. Inside the templates, click on the index file, open it in the editor mode, and for example, now let's try modifying this file by adding a feature. For example, your feature is you are modifying the title of your project. So scroll down. So we have a title here. Click on commit changes and update your file. Now you have updated your code in your GitHub repo, not on your server. So let's see how you can update it on your EC2 server. Now what you'll do is you will kill the Docker container which is running our code. We'll go here and we'll type in the command sudo docker ps. Now this is the container ID that is running our code. We'll kill it, copy this and type in the command sudo docker kill and the container ID. Hit enter. Now go to your Jenkins dashboard and build the job again. So we'll go to the dashboard. You can see we have a play button here and this is a job. So we'll press this and wait for the build to be completed. So you can see our build is completed successfully. So go on to the tab where we had previously checked if our application is successfully deployed. Refresh your page to see if your changes are being reflected. So you can see the changes that we made into our GitHub repo has been successfully reflected. Welcome to my to-do list. You can add whatever you like into this. For example, I'm adding shopping. And also you can delete it if you like. So this is a simple Django app which I have deployed onto my EC2 instance and with Jenkins. And so guys, this is how Jenkins CI/CD works. I hope you have understand it. You have understood how GitHub Personal Access Token, its integration with Jenkins and CI/CD pipelines work. If you enjoyed this content, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss the updates. I'd love to hear your thoughts or any questions you have in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch up with you in the next video. Thank you and have a great day ahead.